Good evening, football fans, and welcome to the YouTube broadcast of tonight's match between Kingston Stockade FC and the New York Athletic Club. I'm Spike Rusho, about to be joined by my partner, Steve Patch, as we prepare for this homecoming of sorts for the Black and Orange. They'd been on the road for 3 straight games. The road wasn't exactly nice to the team. It's usually not nice to any team. But it's good to be back here in what I like to call the one-armed Frankenstein embrace of Dietz Stadium.
Welcome to Dietz Stadium, historic Kingston, New York.
They're going to take a little break.
Match between the New York Athletic Club and
Wow.
Kingston Stockade.
The stadium announcer.
PA guy is rousting the fans
The New York
here.
Athletic Club has played 1 match this season.
Jordan back from
Stockade FC
last
has played
season.
3 matches this season, resulting in 1 win.
Kicking
and 2
it old
losses.
school today.
Yes.
Kingston Stockade FC is honored to support the KHS Tiger Band through tonight's 50-50
Dan,
raffle.
they can hear him over
The
the...
Kingston High School Tiger Band is the largest high school
right.
marching band in New York State with over 200 members and competes in the Large School 2 division of the NYAC Field Band Conference. In January 2018, the Kingston High School Tiger Band performed at Disney World. Thank you for your support of the KHS Tiger Band and their efforts to raise funds to help offset competition costs for the students.
And it's not Mercury Road.
Let's take a moment to thank our generous 2018 sponsors, including our title sponsor, TrailwaysNY.com.
Pretty good turnout, Steve. I mean, it's a balmy summer evening. I mean,
Yeah, it's still early, but people are still streaming in.
the Wonder Wall's filling up.
Stands look like they're on their way to full.
And you might have heard Jordan, the PA guy, mention that the New York Athletic Club is 1-0. They've only played 1 game. Stockade, of course, has played 4. I noticed that the Athletic Club is playing 8 matches in the month of June. So they've crammed all their games in. They have back-to-back games on 2 weekends this month. So I guess, you know, it has to do with yacht season or something. I don't know. I got a million ideas about why. What do we call them? The Commodores, the Winged Feet 11? I was thinking maybe the members, like the London New Wave Act from the 80s.
I like
the members.
I like the winged feet.
The members they did that power reggae kind of thing.
Please put your hands together for New York Athletic Club and your Kingston Stockade FC.
Teams are walking out. So as it stands now, Stockade have 2 wins. No. We have 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 draw after our 4 games.
That's right. In the standings,
You
we're
have to
basically tied for 3rd, kind of, with
the stat sheet from the chairman was rather generous.
3 points. We have 3 points along with the Brooklyn Italians, and also the Athletic Club has 3 points. There's Dennis Crowley leading the procession. We have our officials checking in. It's a New York City-based crew tonight. Referee Jared Simons.
And it looks like
joined by 2 linesmen, both named Alex.
Looks like our captain tonight is Matt Koziol, our stalwart midfielder, graduate of RPI. We are missing our traditional captain, Jamal Simmons.
It happens in the course of a career. He's given his first ever red card.
Yeah, we had a
week.
couple of red cards in the last game. Mike Corby is also out from a red card in the Hartford match. Although this says a 1-game suspension from the Hartford match, so he should be.
You thought that might have been the last week's match he served it, but maybe he's appealing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really quite clear on that.
We've got the anthem coming up here.
Who's been studying voice for 6 years. She sang backup vocals on Dean Jones and Rachel Loshak's album, The Moonlights. She's in a currently unnamed band produced by Donna Lewis. So please give a big Stockade welcome to Zoe Francis Hardy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's glad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Zoe Harvey. Nicely done.
She nailed it. The ball boys and girls today are from the Kingston Area Soccer League. And rather than talking about the players who aren't with us, let's talk about the players who are with us today.
The people that are here.
We have the good fortune of having your and my friend Pedro Espindola back in the lineup.
Yes, the leading scorer from last year is checking in.
Steve Skonechny in goal, as usual. It's good to see a friendly face on the back line with so many new faces on the back line. We're going to have Juan Gotti, Danilo Markovic from Siena looks to be playing along that back line with Steve DeFont.
Ah, the DeFont crew will be happy to hear that Steve is in the opening starting lineup tonight here in a balmy evening in Kingston. It's good to be back, Steve. I did some of the road trip. I was going to, I stayed out of Wayne, New Jersey, which I advise everybody, but...
So Reed Condi is making his debut.
I believe, another...
in the midfield.
Albany Great Dane. I saw a few Albany shirts.
He's going to be wearing number 13. Albany, who got through... How many rounds?
They made it to the second round of the tournament last year.
I was actually watching the Albany men's lacrosse team play in the NCAA semifinals.
So you do have time on your hands then.
ESPN Plus, baby. Free streaming for a week.
You should have been watching Fulham.
That's what I got it for. I got it for the championship playoffs.
Nice. I'll be over at your house later. It's Albany. They beat Maryland in the first round, and then they got knocked out in the second round. But it was a good run, and we've got a lot of guys from that program now, and they're helping out. And we need them. With last week with the incident in Jersey, with the ref suspending the match after the half because of a skirmish.
But while we're talking about Albany, let's not forget, I did also want to mention we do have another player from Albany out. Musa Kanat looks like he might possibly be out for the entire season.
Oh, that's too bad.
He's an injury.
He looked really good in the preseason.
Yeah, and I thought he had a really strong performance here.
Yeah.
First home game of the year, so
we have kickoff.
We will see.
Here. The winged foot 11 won the coin toss.
Yep. So New York Athletic puts us underway. James with the kickoff, and we don't really know what to expect from these guys. Only haven't played one game.
Yeah.
Quick offside call.
I studied up on their win over Boston City, Temper Tantrum FC. They were shorthanded. There was 4 yellows to Boston and a red. Mm-hmm. And they had a header in the 34th minute. Beat them 1-0 down in Travers Island. A home game for...
Good job by... Juan Gotti back there. So that's DeFont in the right back. Looks like.
Yeah, it's good to see number 10 checking in.
Yep.
Close
And he gets
to
a
us.
nice toe poke and he's
Off to the
away.
races.
And that looks to be.
He's looking for Parada on that pass. Parada's on a bit of a hot streak.
And Bruce Jeter looks like he's lined up in the center. So, he kind of floats. It'll be interesting to see whether or not Creswick kind of plays as like, a false 9 and drops back a little bit in defense. Sometimes he has a tendency to do that. I wonder if they're going to try and spring Jeter up in behind. Koziel is dropping deep as well. But Athletic Club is pressing high.
9 with that steal, that was Callum James. He scored the goal for them against Boston.
Uh-oh. And Pedro's down already.
It's a big kid from Kansas, number 9.
And the referee.
This looks familiar sight here.
The referee's motioning for some support. Now he's looking to talk to the 4th official to try and find out what exactly happened. And
it's the man in charge, Jared Simons. It's an all-business New York City crew this week, Steve. This reminds me of the Long Island Rough Riders U.S. Open match where Pedro went down like this twice in the first opening 15 minutes. He's up now, as you can see.
With
smattering of polite applause.
With a big smile on his face. And looks like Juan Gotti is going to take the kick here.
I like the Gotti, EDM hairdo he's sporting this year. It gives him a little more aggro,
So DeFont is. This messed me up here because he cut his haircut and he's not wearing his fancy headgear. It's Reed Condi over there who's wearing it. So those two confused me.
And it looks like Schenberger, the guy from Bard who hasn't played yet. But there are some doppelgangers among the bench here. Again, I usually go by the shoes, but
looking to turn it around quickly here. He was saying that went out.
And Kevin Davis with the throw there.
Touch.
There's Callum James, number 9, tall guy. Went to Benedictine, I believe. Here goes Creswick.
Creswick up the left-hand side, cuts it back, looking for Jeter, but he decides to shoot. And it looks like Juan Parada is positioned himself sort of, high up in that kind of Ross Macklin position. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of that. And now the New York Athletic Club striker has gone down and is pointing to some sort of mark on his thigh as evidence of probably why a card should be brandished. But
it's the aforementioned Mr. James.
The official is not going for it, but they still have a nice opportunity here, right at about the 25-yard line.
Three-man wall.
With the left foot, and it's over. And did not go through the uprights for the field goal.
Oh, we can't use that. Ah, man. Went into the side safety netting. Well equipped here at Dietz, given some of the pitches we've seen this year. Positive guy here. They're all great.
Yes. We love the league. The NPSL, it's the best league.
Possibly in the world.
Yeah. The best Division 4 league in the world.
What they call non-league in England, and there's a reason for that.
Yes, best Division 4 American soccer.
Now we're
thank you, Dan Stone.
Splitting hairs as
Creswick's away.
His family's in town.
Let's try and pay attention here.
Playing in front of his parents, according to his own Facebook posts.
Creswick?
Yes.
Wow.
They're in from England, and he has 3 career goals against this team already, so there's no reason for him not to continue.
So did he grow up in the Newcastle area? I mean, I know that's the academy that he was in.
That's a good question. I haven't heard their accent, so I can't tell you exactly where they're from because I'm pretty good at that. And
well, what I want to know is whether or not Rafa Benitez has his scouts here trying to see if there's something that they overlooked back in the day.
You never know. It's
so Davies with the tap out. Koziel turns it over up to Parada. Parada out to Reed. And Reed back to Danilo. I'm going to call him Danilo. I don't want to call him Markovic.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So this is Yorston working on the right-hand side for
and I believe he's Bolivian as well. Danilo is the team the U.S. just beat.
Danilo?
Yeah, I believe he's from
Well, he's got to be like Bolivian and Croatian or something
That's
like that. Where's Markovic from?
I did see a
ball over the top,
Croatian kit in the crowd.
Skonechny comes out, collects, and distributes quickly. Defont looking up to Gotti. Gotti, Koziel. Parada's come now to the left-hand side. Koziel goes long to Reed, and it's over his head and out.
Scoreless in the 8th minute here at Dietz. Lovely Dietz Stadium. We'll be here for the next 2 weekends.
We'd like to welcome Brisbane, Australia to the feed.
Just so you know, we can't see the screen, but we do have producers that tell us when you're checking in. So keep checking in.
Maybe doing some scouting for the Socceroos.
Oh, a
nice.
reader. Wow, I believe she works for the outfit. We had a fence post writer who's out in the crowd. Happens to be a relative of someone in this booth.
Spike, you got to stop having a conversation with Dan. No one can hear Dan but us. Okay.
She checked in on the...
Parada takes over, tries to poke it out to Jeter, but New York takes over and working back up through the midfield. Nice turn by New York. Oh, great sliding tackle from Reed. Defont up to Jeter. Jeter trying to work. And does a nice job getting it out to Ghani on the left-hand side, and they'll look for Espindola.
I think we went back to Espindola.
Espindola? We did?
Yeah.
Okay. How about Pedro?
Pedro's good, but then I think of Pedro Alvarez, but that's a different...
Right, but I think of Pedro as in Chelsea.
Oh, that one, yes. Stockade holding up pretty good in the back line without the Liz Simmons. I keep looking for him.
Yeah, I got to say, Danilo...
So far, so good.
Danilo is looking really stable and composed. He's doing a good job of keeping his line together. Espindola
Pedro
tries the 1-2 with Creswick. Still chasing it, though. Taking over in front, and they get a shot away. Creswick trying to put the rebound in. Back across the front. Here's Jeter on the volley. He strikes, but a nice save.
Good sequence there from Kingston, and Mazzola comes up big for NYAC.
Yep. Good pressure, though. The crowd's enjoying it.
Yeah,
lots of cheers.
This is what we want, as they chant in England.
Look at that. I see a couple of Rhinebeck Crazy Cleats out there with their A.L. Stickle Variety Store sponsorship on the back of their jerseys.
We'll keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Mazzola,
you know, I'm a little bit of a homer when it comes to seeing the RSL jerseys.
When it comes to New England.
And
Callum James.
James fouling the font.
I get the feeling he's a one-man operation for this crew. And
well, he's tall. He looks quick.
And you know, if I might, I got to say this team's kind of an afterthought in the institutional realm of New York Athletic Club. Just try finding
Danilo
information
going high
about
for
this
Creswick.
team.
Creswick looking for the flick onto Jeter, but it goes nowhere. And Athletic Club collects. Attacking on the left-hand side. Cuts across. Picks up the rebound.
It's a black wall back there. Keep knocking on it, but
And they reset.
well-placed defenders there again.
I think that was Riley with the strike for New York Athletic Club on the rebound there. Jeter tracking back well. You know, for a guy playing a wingback position, he came back in true right back fashion to make that play.
Both teams pretty eager here in the first 12 minutes, Steve. I like the
Davies
energy.
to Parada, Koziol over to Espindola. Sorry,
Pedro.
it's going to take me a little while. Back to Davies. Oh, and he almost sent him away.
Pedro wants something from the ref there, but no tickets are purchased.
So I got to get Tom Davis down as opposed to
Is it
thinking about Tom Davies
Is it
from
It's
Everton.
Kevin Davis.
But it's
right?
Kevin
yeah,
Davis.
see, that'll throw you even more. I'm thinking, you know.
Maybe I do watch too much Premier League football. I'm
Well, it's hard
confusing
to watch
these
now, I'll
guys.
tell you that.
That's true.
But
But I watched. I still got a lot. I got a few games in today. I watched Belgium, Portugal,
okay.
and
You saw the Ireland match
and I watched the U.S. Ireland match. Yeah.
with the local youngster featured, the Wappingers, Tyler Adams. It was here at the Stockade game last summer.
Yeah. Well, I learned an interesting thing in the broadcast today. They were saying that quick restart by Jeter, and I guess the ball was still rolling, so the official's going to make him take it again. They said that basically, because these are just international friendlies and it's an interim coach, that the MLS hasn't released their players.
Oh, well, that
So
could be a good
that's
thing.
there's only 3 MLS players. Right. Well, that's exactly what
Yeah,
I was saying.
yeah.
So the majority of the players are these young kids that
Yeah.
are playing in either, you know, the Bundesliga
Yeah.
or, you know, Premier League, like in the, you know, example of DeAndre Yedlin,
Gotti lofts it in.
and Koziol heads it
Too strong.
behind.
Mazzola with the goal kick. I don't know if he had the clean sheet against Boston City, but it was probably a long bus ride back to Boston for the Lions. They continue
Yeah,
their
so
infighting.
I think, you know, the entire, you know, backbone of our team today is new. You know, we've got Danilo at center back. We've got Parada and Davis playing in the middle. I mean, Koziol is the only experience in the middle right now in terms of starters.
I believe Parada had the goal last week in against TSF.
Yeah, and he came on as a sub in the game that we did here, and I thought showed really well. So,
The back heel pass, nicely done. Pedro's got it on the left.
Pedro's got 3 New York players around him, and he still snuck out, but couldn't get the cross.
He's drawing the opposition, that's for sure.
Yeah, that one will certainly make the highlight reel.
If they keep doing that, it should open some doors in the middle for Creswick.
So we're just coming up on 15-minute mark in this first half. Reed put that header out.
See Coach Eric Bagwell pacing the sidelines for New York Athletic Club. And I have one question about them that I'll ask soon.
Davis to Creswick. Creswick to Parada. Parada battling Deshaun. Deshaun wins it. New York Athletic Club goes back on the attack. Ojeda shoots. Great save from Skonechny.
That had some hot sauce on it, that one.
Well, and, you know, Crane was right there, and James was right there. but he did not give up a rebound, which was
that was Maxi Ojeda.
so New York throw. Game seems to have, teams seem to have settled in.
Kingston throw here at midfield.
Let's see what Wangati does here. Koziol's making a run. Parada drops back looking for it. Up to Koziol. And he looks like he got fouled. Yep. So here's a decent opportunity for Kingston.
I like the angle. Good angle here.
This is one for Parada to put in near the spot maybe and have somebody run onto it.
And looking for the appropriate yardage there from the free kick. The ref's kind of far away, but.
Jeter makes a near post run. Creswick far post, and it goes a little short.
Linesman Alex with the call.
So Danilo was trying to draw the call there, and he ended up coughing it up and having the call go against him.
The Dutch guard in full rhythm here at Dietz Stadium. You hear the drums and the supporters group.
We also have the Kingston High School Band here as guests today. I guess maybe they're going to do.
I think they have a
halftime
pop band maybe. Yeah, they're 200 strong when they're in full form.
Bruce
but
Jeter
not today.
finds Davis. Davis to Gotti. Gotti finds Pedro. Pedro trying to flick it on for Creswick, but it doesn't quite get to him.
I think that was to himself.
Yeah. Nice settle by DeFont. Gotti to Creswick. Nice touching from Stockade, and he tries to send Pedro away.
Stay upright.
Did snuck in there, fights him off, gets around, rounds the corner, and then tries to poke it onto Creswick, but can't quite get it to him.
He had 4 guys on him.
New York takes over. Koziol trying to let it run out. DeFont up to Davis. Parada out wide to Jeter. And if you're wondering, yes, he's related. It's a distant cousin as far as we know. I have to say it is a little it is a little strange to be saying Jeter takes it over, crosses into the middle, heads the ball,
and he still can't get Marlins tickets if he's in Miami.
Goes the opposite way.
Creswick, a Jeterian shot
was offsides. A Jeterian shot.
If I heard that one more time,
please don't tell me that's a Michael K.
That's John Sterling.
Okay, gosh.
Sorry.
I got to say, so while we're talking about other announcers now, Michael K. and Paul O'Neill and David Cohn have to be the worst trio on television.
Well, they're very angry and negative.
They're just, it's like listening to Paul O'Neill talk about a baseball game.
It's like divorce court.
For people that think that baseball games are slow and boring, it's like wearing concrete shoes.
Here comes James. No,
he's glacially slow and bad. Okay, my rant is over.
I saw a shirt that said "Keep baseball boring," and I agree with that.
My favorite shirt ever was in Boston. I saw one that said "Jeter drinks wine coolers."
That was a sign too, I believe.
Yeah. If you hadn't told us, we wouldn't have known. Dan Stone.
He's being attacked by stinging insects are in the press box here.
Saying positive things to us, like there's a wasp in the booth.
That's a joke about NYAC.
Nice.
The athletic club is full of those.
The lob goes over.
Actually,
it's in your booth, not our booth. Don't scale us. Okay. All right. Well, then I don't.
They're pressing these guys. They're not. They're
a little
trying
bit.
to catch Kingston on the back heel.
Our press has been a little lackadaisical.
You see number 8.
See, look at how high our midfield's, but look at how much space between our center backs and our midfield.
That's Daniel Barry has been making some noise.
So we can only go up and over. Pedro didn't even make a run for that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But we're keeping good form in the defensive end, as exhibited by Wangati turning it over quickly up to Creswick. Creswick trying to find Jeter up and over the top, but it goes a little wide for him. And Georgie, the New York Athletic Club left back, puts it out. Jeter back in quickly with the throw to Parada. Back to Jeter. Jeter to Reed. Reed back to Danilo. And Danilo looks to reset. Out wide to Wangati, our favorite Argentinian. He goes up to Davis. Davis battling, takes over when the New York player fell. Pedro on a nice turn, recollects, puts it past. Deshaun puts it past Deshaun again. He's working his magic. He's turned the corner.
Coast to coast
and
here.
He looks like he's going to try to slide it through to Creswick, but he can't quite get it there. Koziola makes a good job stepping in front. And then
handball.
Looks like
22 handball.
A handball from Ojeda. Quickly
Maxey
out to Reed. And Reed loses a little control there on the heavy touch, and it gets cleared out to Danilo. Skonechny directing Defont out wide. And Defont with the haircut. Looking a little clean cut. Prado to Davis. Davis out to Gotti. Pedro standing still, but still asking for the ball.
We've missed him.
Yeah.
Where have you been, number 10? He went down in Long Island and I hadn't seen him since. With the pink footwear, it's easy to spot.
The shrugging of the shoulders, the waving of the hands.
And the ongoing conversation with the officials.
Well, I think he's talking to Davis, and he's trying to get Davis to work it back.
The teammates also getting an earful.
Nice play around the corner, Parada to Davis. Davis up to Pedro, and now Pedro's going to make a run. Let's see if he can get it in front. Both Jeter and Creswick are there, and it looks like he did a good job getting the corner.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he was asking for.
Well, he only had 2 guys on him that time, so he must be insulted by that. But it is the first corner of the game, I believe. Kingston on the Wonderwall side here.
Parada taking the majority of the set pieces. Going far post.
Oh.
Chested out by New York.
Too many white shirts in there.
Away. It was a great ball, though. Just nobody in a black jersey there.
Steve forward. Heard a few Steves.
Pressing Ojeda. Ojeda out wide to Georgie. Georgie up to Deshaun. Deshaun looks to reset back to Ojeda. Ojeda moving it in the middle, picked off by Davis. Parada turns. Back, Creswick pops it up for Davis. And Davis looks like he could get to it. Muscles his man down, but the referee allows him to play on.
He was the lone wolf up front there. Pedro was staying back for some reason. He was
figured he'd take out James again. James finds himself on the carpet fairly frequently.
Yeah, he's going to have a target on him most of the. Again, it's Daniel Barry who's over the ball now, and James seemed to be the dynamo of this operation. My question is: are these players? Are they members of the club? Do you have to be a member to be on this team? No one seems to know. I doubt it, given that 2 of them came in a Toyota Tercel. But
Creswick looks frustrated too. He's having a little problem with his hold-up play. I guess maybe nobody to sort of bounce it back to. New York going long again. Wangati picks it off, but James collects it and puts it out for Crane on the right-hand side. So Gotti will take the throw here.
A YouTube comment regarding Pedro Espindola?
Yeah. Zachary Goose says that Pedro is torturing the opposition.
Okay.
As much as he's torturing the announcers.
It is a different dynamic when he's
for sure,
on the pitch.
For sure.
And
but it's fun. That's what makes it fun out here.
Exactly.
We love Pedro. I'll never forget that bus ride to New Jersey with him.
Mazzola dishes it out up the left far side. It's kind of lumbering back line here for New York Athletic Club. Efficient.
A little bit of a press here now. Creswick's working a little higher up on the field.
Doing a lot of east-west running.
Yeah. Davis up high, so forces them to go long, and they go over everybody. And Skonechny will tap it out to Defont, and Stockade takes over.
The 27th minute lull here. They're all in the middle of the field right now.
Gotti to Parada.
It's like a neutral zone trap of some kind.
Well, we can see right now the way it's set up is New York Athletic Club was a lot more compact than we are. You know, we tend to have a lot of room in between our center backs and our midfield, or between our midfield and our forwards, depending on, you know, which third of the field the ball is on. So, you know, but what it affords us is Creswick being able to pick it off. Parada almost snuck in on the right-hand side there, but again, you can see lots of room between our center backs and our midfield. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see if they adjust to our tactics before we adjust to theirs, because I think this affords us the opportunity to go up and over. To try and get in behind them, whether it's Pedro or whether it's Bruce Jeter on the right-hand side. You know, we've got a lot of speed along the outside. New York Athletic Club looks a little sluggish back there.
Yeah.
So
one skipped away from Pedro. Mazzola with the goal kick now. I mean, if he keeps that in, it's going to be interesting what he does with it. But long kick by Mazzola.
Great play by Dinello back there. He's been super solid. Getting that header away. Chested down by Reed Conti. Up to Jeter. Jeter's away now. Oh, Creswick had to hold up to stay on sides, and the ball was just a little bit too in front of him. He had to check his run there. So Zorba launches it up. Oh, and Danilo shuffles it, and
it's in. He beckons a celebration in the corner.
Puts it in.
They got to practice this. 1-0.
Well, I feel bad for Markovic back there, because he's played so solid the entire half, and that was just one mistake. That was the one mistake he made. He came up to play that, and it skipped along the carpet past him. Yorston collected it and put it in the corner. It was number 10 with the goal for New York Athletic Club. Tom Yorston.
I don't know why I saw 21 on that one.
Cozio puts it up. Gotti actually wins the ball deep, shrugs off his man, looks to put the cross in, blocked by New York, and Gotti will look to throw quickly, but he tosses it back to Pedro. Looking to attack. Goes all the way across the field and up and over Reed Condi's head, but he keeps it in. Looks to the middle of the field. Cozio pops it up to Parada. Parada to Jeter, but he's offsides. But that was a nice one-touch football.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they did on this side of the field a little bit earlier in the half.
Yeah.
We just need to kind of get that rhythm and string it together a little bit.
Again, the fluky goal comes up to kind of bite Stockade halfway through the first half.
I was going to say, often in the first half.
You know,
we tend to really be a second half team historically. So hopefully we'll be able to bounce back from this. 30 minutes gone, so
they have been playing catch up a lot this season. It can be done, of course. It's a game of two halves.
Crowd getting a little restless.
It's filling up here.
Yeah,
The
I think
weather held out.
we're looking at some good numbers here. I'm sure our chairman will come up and give us
With the high-tech clicker.
the count.
That's a New York Athletic Club throw on the far side. Breeze picking up here, cooling off the players a little bit.
Creswick taking over in the middle field. Pedro asking for it, and he might be in. And it was toe poked away by Zorba. He was onsides. The offside flag did not come up, so. So Juan Gotti is going to go out and take this corner.
I'd like to see Gotti down in the goal area a lot more often. It's always a good sign, I think. Curls it in.
Headed by Koziol, goes over Creswick's head. Creswick tries to put it back in on his left foot, and it goes behind the New York goal.
Stockade attacking the Trailways end tonight in the first half. Mazzola here with the goal kick.
That's the Trailways end? So Mazzola with a good ball upfield. Gotti headed back. Jeter up to Parada. Parada takes over. Out on the right hand to Creswick. Creswick looking over his shoulder and looks to be taking it to the corner and gets a throw. Oh, no. It's a New York throw.
He's got to score one for his mum. Come on, Michael.
Is that what they say?
Well, you know, they call him mum sometimes. The Kingston pep band
Parada
checking
getting
in here.
sandwiched there. Davies trying to take over. Yorston over to James. James up to Deshaun. James making the run. Back to Deshaun. Deshaun up to the goal scorer, Yorston. But Koziol recovers in the midfield and puts it back to Gotti. Gotti up to Parada. Parada looking for Reed. Condi out on the right-hand side. Reed up to Jeter. Jeter back to Reed. And up to Davis making a nice run. And New York puts it out for the Stockade throw. We got a whistle. We got a sub coming on. First half sub.
Nice.
And Pedro looks like he's coming off. We might have an injury.
Another Sienna product coming on. We're working that Albany capital area for talent.
So
Alex Tejera.
coming on to play on this left-hand side is Alex Tejera from University of Albany, who's a bit of a big boy. And
Steve, I have him as a Sienna product.
oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
at least according to the Stockade propaganda.
I take that back from Siena.
But you know, might as well. There's Sienna, Albany, Marist is the pipeline. Good defending there by New York.
Ojeda
Athletic
turns,
Club.
looks for Yorston in the middle, but James flicks on and booted away by DeFont, covering nicely for Danilo there. Well, I really do feel bad about that goal because I think our back four has shown very stoutly Ball goes over. Danilo's had that time. Skonechny retrieves and up quickly to Reed Condi. Reed looking for Tahara, fresh off the bench, and it ricochets off his back, and he takes over deep. Nice Meg, heading for the goal, but cleared away by Mazzola.
There's fresh legs for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they're working on Pedro's hamstrings on the side trainer's table. It looks like
he's got a big,
again, you know,
huge piece of KT tape in his sort of up his entire thigh. So
Jeter working the corner.
Chips
Good
it in.
effort.
Trying to find Skonechny. Parada trying to get a shot away. And was it a handball?
Is he pointing
Or
to
did
the
he get
spot?
fouled?
Or
No. He's not pointing to the spot, but
it's a little high for the spot point there.
It's impossible to tell
Well,
what he's pointing to out there.
For team handball, that would have been, or pickleball. So either, in any case, a dangerous positioning of the leather orb.
And it looks like Matt Koziel is going to stand over this. And look to put it past Mazzola as far as I can see. Crowd starting to make some noise.
Kind of a sloppy wall.
And he strikes low, ricochets off and bounces. Juan Gotti tried to put it back in, and it looks like Yorston clears it away.
Gotti did not get good leather on that one.
No.
Too bad. A lot of people milling around. He could have blasted that through.
It was a nice low shot on goal, though. The goalie made a nice save. So word from the booth is that there are more Siena alumni who joined the stream.
The Saints.
Sliding by Ojeda, who takes over.
And you know why they're called the Saints, right?
No, I don't.
It's a Saint Bernard. It's not nothing like the New Orleans Saints. It's the dog. And barking on cue here.
The Siena St. Bernards. I learned something today.
Creeping into the 39th minute now.
Jeter tracking back again. Does a good job of beating his man and getting the ball out. Tahara tracking back. And Parada takes over and he's away.
He's got
Tahara
room.
making a run to the far post. Tahara puts it out there for him, but the goalie comes out and makes a nice stop. Mazzola's played aggressive back there. He's done a good job.
He's risen to the occasion.
Creswick picked that one off and then got his pocket picked and then came right back and took his man down.
Yeah.
And
how many times have we seen that?
Yeah. Got a card.
Yellow for Michael.
Ojeda's not the biggest guy on the pitch either, so Creswick definitely picked his poison there. If he's going to take anybody down.
He went after Maximiliano.
With a scissor kick, it was going to be.
Yes. Well,
the diminutive.
I think he was
number
provoked
22.
a little bit there.
Well, he was provoked. He was.
He doesn't like having the ball taken from him. I mean, that's the ultimate insult.
He lost the ball.
He was dispossessed, as my landlord used to say.
So no, that's hopeful news from the booth there. Dan Stone just informed us that Creswick is actually from Newcastle, so it is no coincidence that he was part of the Newcastle Academy, because he is from Newcastle on time, which we probably could have figured out just by looking at the roster. Well, that's what's listed as his hometown on the roster. So
pocket pick there.
Again, across. Danilo heads back. Koziel takes over. getting himself in trouble in the wrong part of the field. But
it's
Skonechny comes up and bails him out.
a lot of room back there. I didn't see them closing up that space at all.
Yeah, but he kind of turned right into James, and definitely
making me somewhat nervous.
Parada controlling, turning up to Condi. Condi looking to find Jeter, but ball's out, and it's a New York throw.
Sean Riley on the ball. Well, you can't call them New York. You can't call. I'm having trouble. I just
should I call them
NYAC? But that's a town.
Should I call them the New York?
The members, the athletic club might do, but then you sound like
aesthetic club.
Yeah.
Should I call
Atletico? We'll do an MLS thing and make a foreign sounding
Atletico
name.
Nueva York.
Yeah, Club Brugge. Well,
Gotti with the header. Ojeda trying to steal it away. Creswick controls, looks up, goes up and over for Tejera, but a little too far for him. And Sabalo, who's done a good job, and it looks like...
So that was just their third...
Well, he put the ball out because there's an injury. Ojeda's down again.
Okay.
And he's calling for some medical.
The athletic club goal, just their third against the Stockade in the history of this.
With about 3 minutes left in the half.
Rivalry, if you will, which Kingston has 3 wins and 1 draw against New York Athletic Club. The draw was at Travers Island in July of 16. Liz Simmons scored there. And the goals have not come frequently for the Athletic Club 11. Taking a water break here, 43rd minute. I will mention that the club's been around since 1868. It's a large building on Central Park South. It's a considerable amount of money to be a member of the New York Athletic Club. There's an initiation fee of invitation only, $8,600, and then yearly dues of up to $3,100 on top of that. So
you're saying we're like the blue collar working class.
Well,
club?
I'm seeing this. This is
Kingston?
not the Kingston YMCA.
Right.
And this happened when the Cosmos came, and they were wearing the Emirates strip kits.
Right.
And we had Trailways. I thought that was the ultimate, transportation dichotomy. If you
fly Trailways.
Yeah, the Emirates against the Trailways bus. I'm just saying it's set up as a classic class struggle, if you want to reach. But the more I read about the athletic club, the less I really liked it. So there was a famous brawl there a couple of years ago that made the papers and is still being settled in court amongst its members. And again, I don't know. I don't think these players are members.
Okay. They don't even get honorary membership?
I mean, I went to the game at Travers Island, the draw, and no one even noticed they were there. They have no fans. I'm sorry, but it's a total kind of institutional afterthought. They have other teams that they focus on, but this NPSL entry seems to be ignored. The bottom of the table last year, pretty much.
Well, Ojeda's come off the field and plays back underway, as you can see. Gotti taking over. Finds Davis. Davis to Cozio. Cozio back to Steve. Cozio. Parada. Parada to Tejera. Tejera to Davis. Davis out wide. Condi. High, up and over. And goalie makes a nice snag.
It's a dangerous time right before the half, as we know.
And it looks like
we do have sirens and flashing police lights over on
number 6, Juma Bayabusha, who goes by Juma, as far as I understand it, is going to come on for Ojeda, I believe.
I don't think he's the Commodore of the yacht club down there. I'm guessing he's not. Stockade working the far side now. Maybe assemble a late threat here before the halftime whistle. Down 1-0 to a team that they pretty much owned since their entry in the league. It's down. It's
Deshaun collects on the right-hand side, looking in the middle again for Yorston. Oh, and it looks like, well, I thought we were going to get a call on that. Looks like Yorston sort of laid out right on top of Reed Condi, but
that was a heavy landing there.
Davis takes over, finds Koziol. Koziol across to Wangati. Wangati looking to move up. Now we've got Creswick, who's come back on the left-hand side. Parada cruising through the middle. Gotti puts it back over to Reed Condi, and we've sort of slowed into slow motion here now that we've moved into injury time, and it looks as though, well, Parada looking for Reed on the right-hand side, working in the box, trying to beat his man, but does not. And Riley puts it back up to Deshaun.
Nice pass.
Deshaun with a little head start on Koziol there, but he made up ground. He caught him. Riley back up to James. James into the middle.
Athletic Club plays it out the near side right. Kingston throw, Gotti. Back to Mazzola.
Parada chasing a little bit. Gotti picks it off with his head. Reed Condi inside to Davis. Davis to Danilo. Danilo looking, Jeter motioning through the middle. Can't find him. Koziol picks it off. Nice touch. Controls. Trying to turn his man, Juma, who's just come on the field. Gets it out to Condi. Condi looks up. Trying to beat his man to the corner. Can't make it around the corner, but he does get the throw.
We're into stoppage time, the first half here. Steve Patch with the call. I'm Spike Rusho, giving you Stockade action here. Dietz Stadium, Kingston, New York.
Nice play by Jeter to find Creswick on the left-hand side. Creswick trying to get his shot away, and he gets the corner. One of the difficulties of doing these NPSL games is we have no idea how much injury time there is. So right now,
there was the board. The board did appear magically for a few games.
Last year during the playoffs, I think. So Juan Gotti with the corner, puts it to the spot, headed down, almost an own goal, but put away by New York. And Creswick looks like he cleared out.
Dwight Sabalo went down for New York Athletic Club. And Dwight Sabalo took maybe a knee to the groin area. As Don Sutton famously said, there's unrest in Bolivia when the catcher got hit in the crotch area. One of the better lines I've heard from.
Spike, you're not supposed to explain your jokes.
I was hearing crickets from my
like
partner, so I thought I'd lost you.
That's the magician revealing his tricks.
Halftime is mercifully here. Steve, what's your halftime speech to the black and orange?
My halftime speech to the black and orange is keep doing what you're doing, just speed up your tempo a little bit. There were two moments, I think, in that game where they strung together 3 or 4 one-touch passes, and they were in. And I think that really what Stockade needs to focus on is trying to get that kind of rhythm throughout the half. You know, unfortunately, there's too much ebb and not enough flow.
Oh, yeah, I think that's well said.
You know, and that's my take. And really, you know, Athletic Club was playing primarily counterattacking football, and that's how they got their chance. And they got their one chance, and they buried it. You know, we've had multiple chances, and they've all gone either over the bar or wide or been cleared away.
And Mazzola stopped them. You got to tip your hat to their keeper. Their central defenders too seem to be collapsing pretty well on the ball too. I mean, they had Pedro to pick on for a good 20 minutes, but when he came out of the game, you know, he, like you saw, he was drawing 3 or 4 defenders to him, so things should have been happening. But they're not going to have to do that anymore, probably, so they can afford to spread out and collapse in the middle. And Stockade tries coming down the middle. It was like they had no luck at all. The far side, I don't know, it didn't seem to. Jeter had some good runs early, but after a while, it's pretty fruitless over there.
I mean, they were sort of forcing everything up through this left-hand side when Pedro was on the field, and we weren't really getting too much. But I have to say, you know, when Pedro went off, and certainly how we got this last chance here, this last corner, which looked promising, you know, by Creswick moving over to the left-hand side, Tahara kind of moving into the center. He's got some size, he's got some speed. Maybe that's how we look.
Yeah, I mean, if the ebb and flow thing doesn't work out, I see this as going to be set-piece football. They're going to score on set pieces. Hopefully, the ref starts blowing more whistles down there, and then that's how they're going to get the ball in the net. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to be much of a flow on the offense. Somebody's waiting for someone else to do something, and it hasn't really happened, obviously. Down 1-0 at the half here.
So I think we're going to take a break. Right now we've got the Wappingers Falls boys U10s and the Kingston Soccer League girls U10s out on the field, and we're going to let them play a little
ebb and
6-on-6.
Ebb and flow football.
Yeah, ebb and flow football.
Maybe some notes
and
can be taken
we'll be back
here
with you all in a few. Thanks for tuning in. Coca-Cola or something like that.
official attendance today, 881 people.
Okay, welcome back for the second half of the Stockade FC versus New York Athletic Club NPSL match here at Dietz Stadium in Kingston. 1-0 to NYAC. They just announced today's attendance as a robust 881 people here at Dietz, and a lot of kids. The Kingston High School Band has a section here that's been very lively. And we're kicking off here in the second half with the Stockade attacking the scoreboard end. I'm Spike Rusho, about to be joined by my partner Steve Patch, the voice of the Kingston Stockade. And seem to be rejecting the ball here. Or no, they're just doing a kick around. They're waiting on somebody. And this is a battle of the undefeated New York Athletic Club. They're 1-0. They beat Boston City in their home opener. They're waiting for the officials. Oh, yes, the men in yellow were delayed. Apparently, there was an extensive line at the Dietz snack bar. The super pretzels are as super as ever. So they're very much in demand. Pretty good game for the Jared Simons, the man in charge in the first half, compared to a lot of games where things get very heated with the officials. He's kept it in control so far. And it's been a game that hasn't been as physically kind of questionable as a lot of games that we've seen when tempers fly and it gets hot and it's summer football, soccer, if you will. So this one so far, not a snoozer, but then again, not a barn burner either, or a blockbuster in any regard. The Stockade trying to get a flow going, and it just wasn't happening in the first half. But let's see if there was a halftime speech from Coach Lindholm. Let's see if it worked. Off the kickoff, Stockade controlling and launching to the far side. Steve Patch joining me now for the second half, and we'll round up any personnel changes as we see them. But
Yeah, if you want to.
we got ball at midfield now. Athletic Club popcorning it back and forth. Kingston controls back through the middle. Forward.
It's good. We're on a good start.
And Athletic Club gets it back. The central defense, again, holding its own. And now they're going to work the left side here as Ganes, Deshawn as he's known. And now Kingston.
It doesn't look like we've made any changes.
Yeah, Steve, I don't see any personnel flip-flops of any kind, but the Stockade now working in the far side again. Gotti into the middle. Now that's going to go back to Danilo. The low ball picked off by the Athletic Club. Forward
Is that
again.
Yorston, the goal scorer, who's down and writhing?
Ignored. No,
They
that's
got a chance
Yorston.
and they put it in. Yorston just put it in.
He was not
goal.
down and writhing. He was
No, he
taking
was
a
not.
pass. It might have been off,
It
but
was Riley.
New York Athletic Club.
it's a bit distracting there. But it's 2-0.
Sorry, did I interrupt your flow? Tom
The,
Yorston scored his second goal of the game.
He's got a brace. And
Well, while we recover from that, let's welcome Josh Maley to the booth.
I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah, just a little bit smaller. But
I'm going to, this is Patch, I'm going to hand over my mic to Josh and let him do a little
I saw Josh
little
in the
play-by-play
parking lot. I
with
gave him
Spike.
some propaganda.
Excellent.
Oh, good.
There you go.
We'll get a professional in here.
thanks.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Is it-
Enjoying a beautiful day tonight.
Yeah, is it weird not being down there on the next turf?
It is.
Yeah.
It is, but you know what? You get a nice view from up here.
Well, that's what I have this brick column that I have to see through, which is fun, but a lot of times I don't mind it. 'Cause
Yeah. You know, I've been watching live streams whenever I'm off the pitch or when I watch replay, and I'm always kind of wondering what it's like for you up here. So.
Well, now you know. We have a series of scrap papers blowing around, and we have our great technical staff to our right and left, and now we have kind of a slow kickoff here. What are you thinking of this game so far, Josh?
Well, the goal I just saw, I didn't catch all of it, but it looked like something that we can't take much away from NYAC there. That was pretty nice play. Look, I think we have a lot of momentum going into the second half, so I'm excited to see these guys come back in this game. I expect that we'll see us come back.
It's been the kind of, dare I say, tradition for this team, especially at home, to provide the thrills, and a lot of times they happen in the second half, and that's cool.
Yeah, great atmosphere.
Yeah,
great atmosphere here. I mean, it's something that you definitely can't replicate anywhere else.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Reading about New York Athletic Club, it seemed like they were somewhat of a listless organization, but they're looking good tonight.
Yeah, totally agree.
I mean, you've played them. Do you see the same guys?
Actually, when they were coming out onto the field today, I said to my wife, I got my wife and my baby girl down there.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, that's another exciting part of the
Yeah,
experience. I said, hey, this team looks totally different this year.
New faces. I mean, they had a guy named Vogel who scored against Kingston last year. But you guys have pretty much owned it. I mean, 3-0-1 against them. And they didn't finish well last year in the table, and a lot of teams beat them up. But I think we're seeing a different team this year.
Yeah, I think, anything can happen in this sport.
I mean, I'm classic at underestimating every opponent. You're not supposed to, but that's my shtick. But, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, I try to stick away from too much criticism or.
You got to stay in the middle. You never know.
Yeah.
I'm a semi-professional bridge burner, so you can ask me any.
Nice.
But we are headed down to LIU in a couple weeks here. That's going to be the next road trip, I think, and that's always fun. Your old stomping ground.
Yeah, LIU. What a spot.
I mean, that was a great game last year. It was a thriller that they kind of stole it from us at the end, but it was a lot of fun in the rain there in Fort Greene. And do you miss it?
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, all the players on this team definitely looking forward to that game.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah. I think the second half of this season is actually we've got a lot of competition. That we're gonna be facing, so it's gonna be exciting. I mean, but yeah, I can't wait to get back there myself.
There's another loaded good. Do you think anyone can catch the New York Cosmos B? I mean, those guys, they're just rolling right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of controversy surrounding that.
Yeah,
a lot of controversy.
Hey, they're signing big guys now. It's
Yeah. I mean,
lawsuits and.
Did you see this letter that came out from Rocco Camiso?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
from the Cosmos,
yeah.
and it just seems like.
I noticed that
things are so crazy.
This team, Athletic Club, is playing them at Columbia next week.
Oh, here we go.
Jeter with the shot, saved by Mazzola. They seemed so alone up there. I was waiting for a third black shirt to come streaming in.
Yeah. It looked pretty good. Called offside.
Maybe
there,
even number 28. No, wait, he's up here in the booth. What's going on? So you're not on the field. You're a healthy scratch, as they say in hockey, or this.
I ended up getting injured last week, and that was unfortunate. But
just a temporary setback. Or you think you'll be back soon?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we got John here. That's another part of the John Nunez here. And Feldman, I think, doing a lot of the PT stuff, getting us healthy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you need that. I mean, was that in Jersey against TSF? Was that?
It was the game before that.
Oh, the Hartford game?
Okay. Yeah, it was the Hartford game, first half. It was a pretty climate. It was very hot. Very hot day.
Yeah.
Fortunately, a little hamstring pull.
Oh, yeah. I see Pedro seems to have some leg muscle situations.
Yeah, I was good. I was glad to see him out there today.
Yeah, it was
good.
Steve and I missed his antics. Stockade trying again down the right side now.
Yeah, he probably described that as something different. But oh, here we go.
Jeter. Stockade knocking on the door a little bit now. It's good to see.
Hey, you can feel it a little
The
bit.
second half surge. And we had the orange slices in the locker room. The energy's up here. The crowd seems ready for something. Telling Steve, I mean, with that 3-game road trip, this must seem like heaven being back here with this facility and the way that Dennis and everyone goes about their business with this team compared to some of the, it's kind of shoestring when you guys are traveling and you're playing teams that barely have a scoreboard. That's got to be somewhat discouraging.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, being on the road is tough as is.
Yeah.
And then, you add some of those little factors, and I heard last week was a bit of a crazy fiasco.
Yeah,
but,
Wayne, New Jersey.
But it's part of it. You just kind of have
the
to.
war in Wayne.
Yeah, got to adjust. But yeah, I mean, there's really nothing like this atmosphere, and it feels great to be home. And even though I'm on the sideline just watching the guys, I know what they're feeling. So
that's
good stuff.
We're down the far side. The ball is out, and it will be Mazzola with another one of his long goal kicks coming up here.
And it looks like we got Mikey Lanzetta putting on a jersey, uniform on the side.
Lanzetta, okay. And it looks like New York Athletic Club is also preparing a sub to come on. It's time for more fresh legs. Dorian Wirtz coming on. He appears to be a Capricorn. That's all the information we have is the date of birth. So Lanzetta. Tell us about Mikey. What's your impressions as a teammate, the Mikey Lanzetta story?
Oh, Mikey?
Yes.
Oh, the background there. I'm not even sure if that's that's televisable here.
It's
No, Mikey's a great guy.
Yeah.
Just like all the guys on the team. I think he's come from SUNY Cortland. It's
Yeah.
his second year.
Yeah.
I heard he had a great first year. So I'm excited to see what he does. He's one of the younger guys. So
Yeah.
as one of the getting to be one of the older players
Yeah.
myself, it's
he
it's
certainly
always nice to see
sprints onto the pitch. It's good to see that hustle.
Yeah.
And he seemed to have a lot of family support last year when he was in the game at the end of the season. He had all kind of family on checking in online and really supporting him. It was great to see.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of.
I nicknamed
Every
him
player's
the
favorite.
Vespa because it just sounds like a Vespa, Lanzetta.
Yeah, I saw there was a tweet online about the Lavazza coffee or something.
No,
like
you have to get creative sometimes.
hey, that was pretty spot on.
Our guest here is Kingston Stockade number 28, Josh. Is it Malley or Maley? We butcher names up here all the time.
It's Maley.
Maley, thank you, because I was hearing. So now we know it's Josh Maley, kind enough to sit in with us here in the booth at Dietz. His team down 2-0, but threatening somewhat.
Here we go. It's a good opportunity to get up.
Header.
It's in.
And it's in. Sell Bushwood. Goal for Kingston Stockade FC. And it's 2-1. Ask and ye shall receive, Josh. That worked well.
I got faith, man. That was Alex.
It was Alex.
21. Alex Tejera.
Alex Tejera, 21. Here comes Athletic Club with the counter. And that's chipped out. Alex Tejera, I believe, probably his first goal
Yep, that's right.
as a Stockade player.
Looks like we got a game.
Yes, we do, Josh. A strong header there, being in the right place at the right time in the goal mouth. We like to see that. Corner for New York Athletic Club. The action is picked up. At the top of the box, ball spinning away. And we'll let that play back to Steve.
There's Mikey on the ball.
The Vespa moving up the far side. Not sputtering here. He's ready. It's got the fans into it, Josh.
It's a good ball.
Oh,
Here we go.
Jeter with an opportunity. Left footer off the post. And a rebound shot. Stockade has come to life here in the second half.
There we go. I'm feeling the momentum.
There it is. It's the Josh Maley momentum. It's awesome. So what did that play, that goal play, what did you see there that was the key to that, pulling that off?
Well, you saw some solid work up front from Alex Tejera up there to keep that ball in. Ball got kicked out. Back to Jeter. Good shot up in the left post. I thought it was in from here. It looked in.
Yeah, that was another like quarter turn on the ball.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, if you got that flight pattern down a little bit.
We need an algorithm. We got super stats
it can
here.
be solved.
the exit velocity was outstanding.
Yeah. But then you saw Mikey follow up on that, and then we got David Cerebro coming in, number 3.
I knew we were missing somebody.
For Mike.
He's he can make things happen, Cerebro. I've liked what I've seen from him. And Alex Tejera, another Siena product.
Yeah, we got a bunch of different college
seem to
guys.
be a lot
That's
of
nice.
Siena Saints. Stockade trying to keep it in the opposition end here and hustling for it.
Yeah, I tell
Jeter.
you, if we can get another one, I think we'll break loose.
That would be nice to see, sir.
We're in agreement.
Yes, as is the crowd here in the Dietz Wonderwall. But the AC, as we can call him, is still working.
So who's the other announcer that gave me the mic tonight?
Steve Patch, yes.
Steve Patch.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
He's.
Listen, I really appreciate this, guys.
I
This
know.
is really nice.
It was a pleasant surprise. I'm like, wait, that's and you came in. I thought, okay, this is a good idea actually, because Steve and I do a lot of guesswork up here, and you've actually been in the trenches, so you can keep us filled in, and we've enjoyed watching you too. So.
Thanks. Yeah, my credentials were otherwise not so great. I mean, I know everybody's names.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah. A new father here, Josh. How old is your?
She's 8 months.
8 months. Wow, you are a new father. How you liking it so far? It's been.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's a game changer.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Well, that's great. They're here.
Actually, my daughter was born on the same day as Jamal Simmons' daughter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we both have.
It's odd not seeing him on the field, really. He's been so steady, and I know. What's it been like to play with him? I mean, he seems like such a leader.
So Jamal and I, and through family relationships, we go pretty far back, which is really cool. So I always enjoy playing with a local soccer product.
Yeah.
And I used to watch. He's a little older than I am, but I used to watch them, my cousins and him play for Highlands.
Oh yeah. There's a chance down the right side there.
That's Reed Conde.
That's his debut today too. He's wearing 13 today. Reed's an Albany guy. Put that one over. But he's been busy. He's been trying to work the wings, but.
I gotta tell you, with this microphone, I have this urge to really, scream and yell, and
Well, hey, listen, this is YouTube, so feel free to express yourself, Josh.
There we go.
the seven George Carlin words are not permitted. And
there we go, Mikey. It's a good ball, Mikey.
Stingy defense again.
Here we go.
Got it back.
Good find in there in the center from Juan. Unfortunate. Good breakaway from the New York Athletic Club.
I would like to, Cerebro can really make a difference. We've seen that.
It's a team
Kingston
effort.
settling it. Move on the right. Mikey dishes it out, but a little too strong
Unlucky.
there.
First time we got 63. I'm feeling your pain with this this brick everywhere. Just trying to get
Obstructed view. It's like the old days. It's very old school here. This is a WPA building that we're in, and I got to say it was better than the U.S. Open Cup facility down on Long Island. All right, we're going to have a three-microphone broadcast now. Josh Malley is
three-way
a guest. And Steve Patch is back on. Josh has brought energy to everything here.
Here we go. Come on, Mikey. Let's go.
Lanzetta.
That is away
Good
on
touch.
his left.
Now for a goal kick.
Very calm, pointing, you know, the man in charge, not easily riled. Except I asked him where he was from before the game for the press stuff. He's like, New York. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, our pizza's not as good as yours. I apologize.
So I was reluctant to come back on the air because they scored a goal when I was having my hot dog.
Steve Patch claiming to be the cause of this slough of despond that Kingston was in the first half.
Not the cause, but my absence.
There we go. Cool. Play him outside. Five back outside. There you go. Good.
Jeter still, it seems like he just got in the game. He's still got.
It's a good switch out wide. We'll leave a little bit of pressure.
Here come
Ton
the
of people
drums.
here. Did you guys
It's a
get
big
the
tur-
attendance?
The
or what?
attendance, Josh,
The attendance-
was
We got
881
Mikey
tonight.
outside. Good touch, Mikey.
Comes Lanzetta.
Mikey back in the middle.
Looks like New York Athletic Club is starting to kind of lose their girth there in the back there. It's
Well, we talked a little bit, in the halftime about how we've historically been a second-half team, though not an extra-time team. So maybe we're seeing the makings of a little comeback here, and we can gain a couple points or a point here before time. Out wide to Jeter. Heads it back
Good
in,
touch by
controls
Jeter.
it.
Have one.
Riley fell down.
left foot again.
He's going to curl one of those in.
Yeah, it's a very persistent lad there.
Yeah.
Hitting the post about 10 minutes ago, that was a centimeter away from being an equalizer.
That was a pretty good idea. Put the ball into oncoming traffic. Looked like you kind of took a half hit there. Give people an opportunity to get out and run.
That could, yeah.
He's down stretching right now. Jeter.
Josh, are you seeing any strategy change that is just obvious in the second half, or is this standard operating procedure for Kingston? Not to give away trades.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't.
tactically,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about maybe what the gaffer did at the halftime.
Yeah, so I didn't go down and listen to the full speech there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what was told, but I know that we had a lot of momentum going into the second half at the end of the half. So I think you just wanted to build on that. You got a couple guys. Nice, there's some guys on the bench who can come in and make a difference. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it looks like Mikey's playing a little high. It looks like we sort of got Ncirabo out there wide left, pushing an extra guy from the midfield up top, trying to put a little bit more pressure on their center backs.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I play with David. He's got a lot of strength, man. I mean, if you can get him in a one-on-one situation, whether he's holding the ball up or get him in this attacking third, and he can make a difference.
If I remember correctly, in that preseason friendly, they actually played him as a central striker
was a long
for a little
shot.
bit in the first half.
Wide right.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he can hold the ball well, so he can play on the outside anywhere where he can be a threat. You know, I always like playing with him. So I like playing with everybody, but you know, I mean, if I can
we get
give one
it.
of my
You
boys
like
a
you
shout
just
out,
like
I mean,
being on
why
the
not,
field.
right?
There you go.
Exactly.
I could say good things about pretty much everyone here. So
Well,
everyone,
it's,
really.
last season must have been quite a gas being on that team with the raising the trophy and everything. It looked like a lot of fun.
So it was my first season last year. So
Yeah.
I'm just stoked about the growth of soccer in America in general. You know, I mean, they call it soccer. I like to call it football.
Yeah, well, you
because
get in
that's what
trouble.
it is, but, you know.
It's a lose-lose because you get made fun of either way. So
Yeah.
that's the cross we bear here for the beautiful game. Our guest here is Josh Maley, the player for the Stockade, the first player to be in the booth with Steve Patch and myself, Spike Rusho. Conte's out
Mikey
of the
trying
game.
to spring the Concecerbo right there, and just got picked off by New York.
Hey, so who gave Steve the nickname Super Steve?
You know, we don't know either.
I think we did. I think Steve and I.
That's a solid nickname. I like that one.
Steve provided the Steve and I provided the Super, so it was a
Yeah,
true
it's brilliant.
collaboration.
I love it. I love it.
But what we want to know is how did the crowd start with the Steve sort of groan?
Oh,
I don't know if I would call it a chant, but we want to know where that came from.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Steve, not Skonechny, but
I'm talking about Steve Lafont. That's what
Lafont.
Oh, I'm talking about Steve in goal.
Yeah, Super
Oh,
Steve.
Steve
Yeah,
Skonechny.
we tried so many nicknames.
There's
for
too
him.
many Steves.
It's out front there and over the bar. Yes, New York attacking the Athletic Club attacking the Trailways end now in the second half. There's Super Steve Skonechny with the ball.
Super Steve.
That's
Yeah. I mean, have you seen him fly? He flies.
from what he's done.
Let's go, David.
It looks like Bruce is being allowed to float a little bit. He's been on both sides here now.
– 71st minute, down 2-1. A free kick now for Kingston.
Bringing everybody up besides
Gotti.
Danilo and
Let's see this.
Lafont. Tahara trying to get on top of that one and just quite didn't get there.
He opened his account.
But Jeter kept it
About
alive over
15
there on the
minutes ago.
touchline.
Oh, boys.
James working it back out to Deshaun. Deshaun back to James. Hurdles Gotti. James continues in. And Juma almost had a back heel there, but didn't quite connect.
Urging by the fans here.
All right, here we go, Alex.
That's what they need.
Finish.
He's away.
Oh.
Wide left. Jeter was there looking for a rebound, but
Yeah, good effort by Alex to get on top of that one.
Are there butterflies for your first game when you get in there?
Every game. Every game.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's. Well, some of us, myself, I use that as a drive. You get that like, little nervous feeling. I think it's excitement. It just all builds up. And
Looks like Travis Blair in for New York Athletic Club. And Callum James going to take a seat.
let's see if they're going to give us a corner there.
All right. James was their goal scorer against Boston. He's now out of the game, but
Good job by Jeter to
it's coming. We still got 20 minutes.
plenty of time here, Josh, right? Come on.
Yeah, it only takes, 10, 15 seconds to score a goal, so.
Gotti.
Good ball.
headed over.
That's the way you draw it up on the napkin, that one.
That was a solid opportunity right there.
But you got to figure between Danilo, Jeter, Tejera, we got a lot of size in there. So as Spike was saying, right at the half, it might be a set-piece goal here that that even things up. That seems like it's our opportunity. Zobre in the middle to Koziol.
Doesn't have to be pretty.
Yeah, I think this team has done a lot of set-piece work that's been quality through the first 3 seasons that I can remember.
Yep.
There we go.
That had some English on it there, man. That was like a billiard shot.
Yeah, as did the touch from left back. Manzetta.
See if we can catch him on the counter.
Cirabo. Cirabo back
Yeah, way back behind him.
to the front. Koziol looking for Lanzetta. Long. And it was just a little
New
too
York
long.
Athletic Club throw. He's being taken by Nicholas Zorbo. Working the far right, New York Athletic Club. Up 2-1. Gonna dance around with it a little bit. Maxi's parents are here from the New York Athletic Club.
Nice.
Maxi Ohida's parents were sitting out in the high seats here at Dietz, watching their son.
There's Scotty.
His father's wearing an Argentina shirt.
And he was instrumental in that first goal before he got hurt.
Yeah, he did work. Yeah, he was.
Ooh, unlucky. A little miscommunication there.
Danilo back out. Zobre. Juma intercepts over to Deshaun. Yorston continuing to attack.
He's been a thorn.
Yeah. Sitting on a hat trick. Well, that would be a backbreaker, so we got to get the next one.
Let's get up.
Zobre down the right. Some razzle dazzle.
Riley takes over.
That old trick. Kicking it off the guy, and then you get. But our guest here has been Josh Malley, Kingston Stockade, LIU Brooklyn product. Thank you, Josh. Yeah. Excellent job by Josh. We've seen him make some noise
Thanks
on the
to Josh
pitch.
Maley. He's got to run. He's out of the booth. I'm back.
Making noise in the booth with the man. He brought us a goal. Steve Patch is back. Second half courtesy and the whole game really of AT&T, who technically helped out the Stockade production team today in a big way. So
Yeah, apparently
thankful.
we had our wireless infrastructure severed by some vandals.
Vandals, or were they
Yes.
road support for a certain team? I won't mention any names.
They are from New York. But apparently it costs like $8,000 just to talk to these people. So,
Oh, really?
You know, they
Okay.
can't have, too unseemly.
They make it
friends.
seem so easy here. We show up, Steve and I show up, the thing is beamed across the
That is true.
the YouTube. I sound like Tom Snyder now with the color teenies.
So we've just found out from the booth that we were using the city's wireless.
They were bouncing
Which
it off
was
some building
vandalized.
across the way.
Yes.
It was some James Bond thing. They were bouncing it off a dish across.
But either way, AT&T rushed over here and did some repair work and helped out, and we are grateful to them for sponsoring the stream of today's game. But a big thank you to AT&T. And
we don't want to get technical, though, now, do we? Or that should be on a shirt.
Barry's
Dan.
down.
Let's not get technical, but it's
and it looks like
still down 2-1 here in the 78th minute now. And Athletic Club in no hurry to move things along here, and waiting for Judge Schmales to putt.
Far corner, headed away by Kozo.
The captain today.
Looks like Kingston's trying to keep a high line. Jeter trying to get away. Good job by Tahara to shrug off Riley. Finds Jeter in the middle. Nikansa Sirbo's all alone on the left-hand side.
There he is, and he comes in.
And the touch was just a little bit too light, and he couldn't get to it. David's going to... So it was really fascinating to listen to Josh talk about playing with these guys.
Yeah.
I was, from the way he was talking, I was Nikansa Sirbo in to Jeter. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to stay on the play because we seem to be threatening. Gotti pops it up high in the air. Tahara trying to get to it, but he can't.
Mazzola steady.
So yeah, it was definitely awesome having the player's perspective up here today. And hopefully he'll come back. I mean, of course, I'd like to see him with his shirt on and his cleats on, laced up and on the field. But
he said he should be back pretty soon. They all say that. But then, you know, that's what I like about the depth on this team is it's going to be the salvation, I think, in the end. When, you know, injuries happen, red cards happen. But if you got guys that come off the bench and make – you saw Mikey Lanzetta injected the energy.
Yeah. And I got to say, I'm feeling good about having Sirbo and Jeter up there together. You know, the Maris duo, they're used to playing together. They know where each other is going to be. I just have a feeling that that something good's going to come out. And Tahara looks good up there.
Yeah, that was a strong presence with the header.
He's a strong guy.
That was not an easy header.
Throw into Kingston.
The lights are on here at Dietz.
The lights are on. The sun is going down. The low light right now is beautiful.
The gloaming is setting in.
Hopefully it will illuminate an equalizer for us here. Danilo takes over. Can he get around his man? He's not incredibly fleet of foot, but he's doing a good job back there trying to work a little higher, and I think Jeter's offsides again.
I sense it like he moves like Crouch a little bit there with the legs, but it gets it done. It doesn't look, you know, graceful, but the guy moves through the crowd with the ball and ends up usually getting an opportunity, or at least able to make a good
So
pass.
real quick, I wanted to say while I was out there having my you know, my break and having my dog and a little bit of Coca-Cola. We have a new sub on here. Deshaun came off, and on came number 26, Quasi Mills Adoy.
Adoy.
Quasi. But what I was going to talk about while I was out there, and Jeter's away.
There he is.
Let's see if he can beat his man on his right foot. Great shot. The rebound. Oh
my.
Lanzetta hits Koziol in front of the net.
Of all the luck.
Oh, no, that was Tahara. And it ricochets wide. So it will be a goal kick.
Wow.
That was unlucky.
I tell you, that between that and Jeter hitting the post, we had a perfect angle on that spinning left footer. I could see it through 2 panes of plexiglass here.
It's coming. 82 minutes.
He rocked the woodwork.
8 minutes. Well, 7.5 minutes left in regular time. Not counting injury time. So it's happening. But what I was going to say is there are I saw a lot of Red Hook youth soccer jerseys out there, which was kind of cool. It's good to see that the message is getting to the other side of the river.
There's support on both sides.
Yeah. And that's really what this is all about. You wonder how we end up with almost 900 people at a game, and that's how, you know. There's a Rhinebeck Soccer League jersey right there. But while I was out there, I ran into my friend Joey Chevelle. And Joey, I don't know if you know him, but he's a local luminary. And he and another friend of mine, John Nathan, started this thing. It actually started, the first one was at the Rhinecliff Morton Library called The Porch. And I'll tell you the rest of that after the free kick. Oh, and it just nicks
off the
top of the bar.
Didn't get a hand on it.
And Skonechny's calling for a ball really quick from the Volunteers, and Mike Sirk got out there.
Money Mike on the case.
Money Mike.
There it is.
But let me tell you about Joey. So Joey and John started this thing called The Porch, and it's very similar to the Moth. It's a storytelling night.
Yeah.
And it's really spectacular. They've been doing it for a couple years now, and for the last 2 years, they've done it at Spiegel Tent every summer, and it sells out, and it's an incredible evening. And so the next one at Spiegel Tent is coming up June 25th.
Okay.
And it's going to be at 5 p.m. Sunday, June 24th at the Spiegel Tent, The Porch. And you can go to the website, which is theporchstories.com, and big shot across the face of the goal. Mazzola just spit on it. Unfortunately, it went wide.
It's Lanzetta again.
But
Mike has been busy. Yeah, The Porch is pretty well known, at least on that side of the river. Storytelling, Moth style, true stories told without notes.
It's something I was wondering,
thing.
you know, you being a writer, Spike, I was thinking.
I used to do that in Williamsburg back in the day, and I'm semi-retired.
That has to be a foul. How can that not be a foul? And Skonechny makes a huge play, and wow.
Yeah.
Yorston puts the parry off the bar and wide. So it's a goal kick. That was a gift. How that referee, and they're all laying into him, but I mean, the fact that
a little
he
less than usual
did not call that a foul is just stunning.
He had the uneventful first half, but this half.
I mean, if I was the gaffer, I'd be strangling the fourth official right now. I know we're not supposed to talk about the officials. Sorry.
They're doing a heck of a job.
Sorry, NPSL.
They're from
These
New York
guys
City.
are incredible.
These
They're
guys
great.
are from the city. They told me that.
They can't be bought. I tried to at the half. I tried to offer him a hot dog for free.
They got to deal with some rough
Said that was a
customers.
conflict of
Boston
interest.
City, Rhode Island, those guys.
What are you talking about? They got to deal with the Brooklyn Italians. Who
Well,
wants to
that's
deal
one
with
of the
Brooklyn
classier
Italians?
teams in the league, truth be told. But, yeah, it's Boston City. It's like.
So, Gotti with the free kick.
Oh, they were dancing
Kozio. Jeter heads it up. Nakansa brings it down, tries to get a shot away, and it goes
Yes!
off the post.
Off the inside of the post.
The inside of the post and in to the goalie's arms. I thought it was in.
If we had goal line technology, yes,
I think he reached into the goal.
But it would have hit on the inside of the post, therefore crossing the line. I don't know how much of the ball. Not much, I guess. But, yeah, that was – this is getting –
I think this is the most I've seen out of the gaffer in a couple years.
Did he throw his hat? Or
He's showing some emotion out there.
He took his hat off. He may have thrown it. I don't know. But
well, we've had our chances, and, you know, we're at the 83rd minute. We're bound to get a couple more. Lanzetta heads it up off of Tejera's arm, but these officials, they're letting that go too. Zobre with the throw. No, Jeter to Zobre. Zobre looking, you know, Nakansa free.
That's over.
Headed by Tejera.
Oh, my gosh.
And the offside flag went up. He was. I thought he was onside. I thought maybe Nakansa was off.
Mazzola's done everything but sell super pretzels at this game so far. I mean, it's the guy. You tip your hat again. Substitution for New York Athletic Club. Kerr, I believe, is on number 5 for a very.
Surprised they're not bringing on a second goalie.
Mazzola looking good. And the goal scorer comes off with the
deep.
brace, pounding the
Good
Gatorade.
job by Skonechny to clear it away.
He didn't want to come out.
And it's
He
up and
wanted his
over.
hat trick.
No, well, I have to say that,
Yorston.
you know, the back line has looked just a hair cavalier on some of those long balls. It looks like they're almost slightly unaware of you know, the athletic club player bearing down on them. But fortunately, we haven't given up a third goal. So
Yeah, both teams have come very close
Danilo.
this half. There's some high boots there.
well, what happened was Danilo reached back and he took his man down. So that's
the,
what
the bicycle in the face did not register. But I guess it was after the first foul. Zobre with the ball placement there.
Again, Athletic Club is not going to speed things up here. Cross comes in, the header goes wide, and Skonechny will take a goal kick. So we're almost to injury time. Again, I hate to reiterate, but we don't know how much injury time there will be. So it's a guessing game. There hasn't been as many injuries in the second half, but there's been a lot of substitutions. So hopefully we'll at least have, you know, 3 or 4 minutes of injury time. So DeFont up to Tahara. Tahara doing a great job with the hold-up play. Makes the turn, but took one too many touches there and turned it over. Gotti out to Nikanta Sirabo, who goes down, gets no call.
They got a lot of guys back. I don't know where they're going to go with this.
Back.
The entire team is on the
I
back.
thought that was a good job with Danilo winning the ball, but we did not get the benefit of the doubt there. We're not really getting the benefit of the doubt anywhere in this game. Although we love the referees.
Outstanding
and the
individuals.
League. We love both equally. It's equanimity up here in the booth. Yep, so we're at time. We're in extra time. We're in the mysterious extra time.
Stoppage time. Those meddling kids.
Nice turn. Zobre back across to Lanzetta. Lanzetta back to Parada. Parada dancing around his man, trying to turn again. Lanzetta asking for it. Sees Zobre out on the right. Let's see if Zobre, he nutmegs his player, and he does get a call.
It's a call.
So here we're going to have a free kick. Parada's coming over to take it. I think everybody's going to come up. Skonechny is on the
we've been burned before by this play.
Yep, this is true.
Yeah, but why not? We need an equalizer.
But Parada does not beat the first man.
The one-man wall.
And then he tried to put it in again, but it rolled along.
That's trouble.
Zobre with the header and over the touchline.
I don't think that was last chance saloon. I think we still got at least another possession.
Let's hope so.
If Mazzola get the corn oil out here and move it along here.
Even the coaches are asking about extra time.
Everyone's checking their watch down there.
Talking to the fourth official.
Timepiece.
Good job again by Danilo to win the ball. Zobre looking up for it. The chairman collecting the ball and serving it to Zobre. Zobre going all the way back to DeFont.
Kids have come down to the chain link fence for the comeback here.
Juan Gotti.
The rally kids.
Sirabo. Sirabo just gets swarmed, and it's cleared away by Athletic Club, who don't let it go out and are now just going to go for the corner.
Or maybe
But
not.
he made a turn and he got around the corner. And he
Side
puts it
netting.
into the side netting. So Skonechny will
I'm surprised
put it
he
back.
didn't just go into the corner with that ball, but it's
Yeah, he would have been better off just sitting there and trying to battle and hopefully get a throw in. Tahara chipped on by Jeter.
good pursuit there, just in case. You never know. Mazzola might make a mistake in the stoppage time.
He did on that kick. It was parried back quickly. Tahara trying to control it. He's got 3 men on him. Sneaks
Nice.
out, gets the shot away, and Mazzola
What an effort.
smothers it.
Played. All he could do was play that low, and it,
Yep.
again,
And Tahara's, he's sort of emptied the tank here. Got to give him credit for
he was
that.
a good second half sub.
Yep.
It's
I
like
think his
say,
hold-up
it's good.
play
These
has been
guys
excellent.
can come off the bench and really
Yeah.
make a huge
Yeah.
difference.
But look at Zobre making a run down the
He
right-hand
sprints.
side to beat everybody to the ball. Back to Tahara. He tried to chip it by his guy, and he didn't get there.
Off his face.
Yeah. Zobre chasing him back.
Oh, some
talking about a guy,
contact here.
talking about playing box to box.
Oh,
Handball, so the ball is to Stockade.
contact scored here, ladies and
Coach
gentlemen.
is sending, the gaffer's sending everybody up, including the goalie.
The kitchen sink. The scoreboard end.
So Parada launches it up. Skonechny tried to go up for the header, and I believe
Final
that
whistle.
is the whistle.
Dang. I don't think Vegas was expecting this result, or DraftKings, or any of the new sports betting. Mazzola is lying down in the goal mouth and they're staring at the Kingston sky with another win under his belt.
Well, he
Again,
played a
I'm
great
not
game.
sure that he had the clean sheet against Boston. That
He-
information
he-
wasn't available. But
He might have been the difference there. So, played a great
handshakes
game.
coming here. But, you know, a physical game there.
And there's Musa Kanat,
On crutches, right?
who's in a cast.
Yeah, that's
so, I got to say we missed having him on the back.
Not a
line
good
today.
sight. No, it does not make me happy. Well, Steve, we're back. It's good to be home again, but hoping for a different result tonight. But just gonna have to get them next week. The Seacoast United Mariners coming to town.
From Portland, Maine.
Another team we own. In fact, I won't even get into. I'll jinx it, but. That's next Saturday here at Dietz Stadium. The second of 3 straight home Saturdays.
Yep.
At
4 out
Elm.
of our next 6 games are home.
Elm City comes in after.
Actually, it would be 3 out of our next 5 because
Yeah, you're good at math.
I was including this one.
Well, inclusive. I'm fractions.
I told you it's nothing but equanimity in the booth here.
But it was great having Josh Malley checking in. It was a lot of fun hearing from him and getting that perspective. And he came on right when the team kind of perked up, so maybe they knew he was up here watching here in the press box.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Dan Stone has told us to wrap it up.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, take care.
Thanks to Dan Stone and Kel Capuchillan, of course, always.
AT&T. It's
Moon
Steve
Farmer,
Patch.
Moon
I'm
Farmer HQ.
Spike Rusho checking out.
And we're gonna we neglected to thank our camera help upstairs, Sean and Attilio, and of course, thank you very much, Spike Rusho, my compadre, and Jordan back in the booth, the announcer tonight. So good night, everybody, from Dietz Stadium. The final 2-1 in favor of New York Athletic Club, and I guess it's time to regroup, Spike. We'll see you here next week.
Maybe.
All right. Good night, everybody.